Hello, my name is James Drake. Welcome to Santa Fe. I'm on my way to my studio over here, and I love passing by the roses. And I wanted to make this little video when the roses were really starting to bloom. And it brings me a lot of pleasure to have these and walk past them every day. So my studio's right over here. We'll walk down these steps. This is my daily occurrence. The studio is actually part of the house. It's attached to the house, so I don't have to drive a long distance or anything. But welcome to the studio. So I've got all my books, all my literature, everything I use to make art in here. This is where I spend the majority of my time all day, and sometimes all night. I'm working right now, and I started February 1st on this very large drawing. It's 12 feet by 24 feet, and it's in 3 panels. I started working on this February 1st when the lockdown actually started. And I think artists are always focused, and a lot of times they're alone by themselves. And so I wanted to really become completely and totally devoted to something during this lockdown that maybe exemplified focus, obsession, that type of thing. This drawing is paper mounted on canvas. Here you can see the canvas, but it's charcoal on paper. And when I first started, I've made a lot of sketches of it. I have no assistants, so I'm here in the studio by myself, and I actually prefer it that way. If I had someone here, I would probably just be talking to them all day and not really getting any work done. I don't even have I have skylights, but I don't have any windows in the studio because I want to be totally focused on what I'm doing. So I made a lot of sketches for this piece, and so far I've got about 30 of them here. So I make them on transparent paper, and then I glue them to these pieces of paper just so I can keep a record of them. But you can see some of these hands are in like these 2 hands are in the drawing. So when I actually start the large drawing, I make drawings of the images or the figures on this tracing paper. And then that way I can move this paper anywhere that I think it works best, it creates more tension or less tension. But that way I can figure out the development and the direction that the whole drawing is going to go. So once I get it more or less in the spot where I want it, and this one is going to be here, then I actually start on making the figures and images. So I look at this, I probably spend more time sitting, looking, and thinking about it than I actually do physically working on it. There's probably 30% of the time is actually drawing, and 70% of the time is looking and making decisions. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this a little bit. So you can get the idea of how I work on this drawing. I go up and down this ladder all day. And it seems to be the best solution. People have suggested, well, maybe you could have a scaffold, but no, I can move this around where I want it. Much easier. So here's the leg to this figure. So just looking at this, I think that this is a little too pronounced. So I'm going to lighten that just a little bit. And because this is a light area, I'm thinking too that maybe I want this to be light as well. The whole idea for me is trying to, when I draw these figures at least, is to make things look like the figure look like bone, muscle, fat, tension, gesture, all of the things that you see when you look at drawings. I like doing this. I'm also thinking of the form and making it look round. So then I climb down from the ladder. Sometimes I might even make a little mark that I think might be a little better. So then move the ladder. And take a look at what I've done. I think I like those two marks I made on the inner thigh, but I think I could still make it a little lighter on the right side. The name of this piece, this big drawing, is The Last Judgment, Can We Know the Sound of Forgiveness? And that comes from a poem I wrote. And that poem says, I'll read it to you. Put us to the question, can we learn from Bach? Actually, we've got Bach there. Can we know the sound of forgiveness? Baroque tables of witness grow in the wilderness, rooted in gilded illusion. I want to thank Arthur and everyone at the gallery for giving me this opportunity. And I hope you've enjoyed a little visit to my studio. I actually have done this all of my life, and I really love what I do.